I bet. From Rat to 3 True Clown Horror Stories animated. Let's get into this. Yo, this nigga is some fat ass clown, bro.
The doorbell camera of this house recorded a terrifying scene in the middle of the night. Everyone was asleep in the neighborhood when a scary-looking clown can be seen walking to this house porch with a bag drenched in thick red fluid. What happened next will be presented through an animated, dramatized version. I was 12 years old when this incident happened. My dad went on a business trip for a week, so it was just me and my mom. We lived in a quiet and safe neighborhood where not once in a blue moon any criminal activity took place. It was Thursday afternoon, and I was coming home from school, riding my bike.
Get me scared,
the sun was showering scorching heat, and there was hardly any people on the road. My house was 2 blocks away, and I often roamed the streets by myself several times before. The heat was getting unbearable, and I could feel sweat turning my t-shirt into a wet cloth. I was feeling thirsty, and that's when I noticed the kids' playground on the side of the road.
Bro, don't go over there, bro.
I could easily spot the drinking tap, so without any more delay, I drove my bike into the playground, parked it under this big bushy tree, and rushed to quench my thirst.
How are you going over there, bro?
After drinking cold water and splashing it on my face and neck, I got my energy back. Feeling all right, I turned around to walk back to my bike.
Hold on. Thanks for the follow, though. Thanks for the follow, Dreamstand.
That's when a scary-looking clown stepped in front of me from the shadow of the tree. It was so unexpected that I got jittered. Clown stepped in front of me from the shadow of the tree.
Oh, what the fuck?
It was so unexpected that I got jitters as soon as our eyes met. I never feared clowns, but the way this one looked gave me goosebumps. The clown was big and bulky in appearance. He wore a blue and yellow coat with a rainbow-colored wig on his head. His entire face was painted.
Yo, Chad, this clown looks ugly, fat, and like it was like if I see this, bro, like I'm running for my life. I don't want to see this in my life, bro. Like,
White,
oh my god, looking at this,
huge red grin spreading ear to ear. He smiled, flashing his filthy yellow teeth, and said in a rough, coarse voice,
"Howdy, kid."
Being a little taken back by this sudden surprise, I didn't know what to say for a few seconds. But then,
so I'll be the same person.
Hi, I've never seen you here.
Why are you having
I've never seen you here as well. So, you heading home? Playtime's over. No, I was just thirsty. So, how have you been recently? I heard things weren't going so well. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you. Me and the rest of the clowns. Are you crazy? Anytime you need us, just look out your window and imagine my face. I will be there watching over you when you sleep.
Now at this point,
yo, this nigga creeping me the fuck out. This nigga is
the things he was saying to a 12-year-old definitely didn't feel friendly at all. I wanted to grab my bike and get the hell out of there, but he was standing close to it. I feared that if I take one step closer, he will be able to grab my hand. I looked around to see any other human being whom I can ask for help, but unfortunately, there wasn't anyone out there. Once I realized my bike is the only way I can get home, I decided to use my mind. I calmed down and tried my best to hide the fact that I am scared of him. Instead, I put up a fake smile and said,
"Yeah, sure. Thanks for being nice to me."
His face changed and a big smile appeared on it. He seemed happy hearing this from me and said,
I thought you would get scared. Every kid gets scared of me, but I just want to be their friend.
To assure him and win his confidence at the same time, I said,
"Oh, we can be friends.
Well,
I don't have any friends
running?
either."
Why aren't you running?
Oh, that's so sad. What is your name, friend? I'm Gerald, and you are?
Of course you tell me your name.
I am the Red Grin Clown, but my friends call me Grinny. You can call me that now. Okay, Grinny.
He smiled in amusement and clapped his hands like a 9-year-old, which ultimately looked even creepier. He then pointed at the merry-go-round and asked,
would you play with me?
Realizing this is my chance to trick him and get my bike,
Oh,
I
please
nodded
don't.
my head and
Please
said,
don't. Please don't.
Sure, let's go.
as soon as the clown started walking towards the merry-go-round,
Get
I
on
waited
your fucking
patiently
bike.
for that one window
Get on
of
your
opportunity.
fucking bike.
When he was far enough from my bike, I rushed to it, and hearing my heavy footsteps, he turned back to look at me.
Bro, this
When he
nigga,
realized I am
he's
not going to
hitting me,
follow him
like,
to that merry-go-round, he
fuck?
started screaming.
Where are you going? You said you wanted to be my friend. You lied. Gerald! Gerald! Come back here!
I hopped on my bike, paddled with my full energy, as if it was my last day riding it, and sped out of that scene.
Yes, get that
The
fuck
clown
out
tried
of
to
here.
chase me, but I was already out of his reach.
Yeah, that
He
nigga's
stood on
zooming.
the sidewalk and watched me drive away with a fierce face that I will never forget. Once I got home, I ran inside my room and didn't come out for an hour. I knew I should have told my mom. Then what happened that night could have been avoided. The rest of the day went by fine, and by dinner time, I was completely calmed down, thinking I have escaped this evil clown. But God, I was so wrong.
No way.
It was
No way he
around
comes
1
back.
a.m. when I heard knocking on our door. I got up and saw my mom going downstairs already. A feeling of something bad coming our way, I followed her down the stairs too. My mom looked at the clock and said,
Who can that be at this hour?
as soon as she said that, we heard heavy banging on our door.
Yo,
Whoever was on the other side of the door was desperate to get in. My mom turned on the ring cam, and what we saw made our stomachs
no way it's the
drop.
clown.
It was the same clown from
Yo,
the park,
it's
and
the
he wasn't alone
fucking
this time.
clown.
He had a white sack which was covered with red stains.
Yo,
He
you trying
dragged
to
the
kill
sack
him,
onto
nigga.
our porch and then looked at the doorbell camera as if he was looking at us.
Hello, Gerald. Your friend Grinny is here. Come on, come on. Open up. I have a gift for you.
Yo.
My mom screamed.
What the hell is all this? Who are you?
The clown brought his face extremely closer to the camera and yelled.
Ask your son, Mom. He knows me. We just became friends. He promised he would play with me.
Yo, this nigga's dead ass ugly as
I
shit.
started to have a panic attack, and I could feel a disruption in my breathing like the fear was choking me already. My mom looked at me.
That nigga
No
panicking.
doubt, she was horrified too. She rushed to get her phone to dial 911, and I stood there like a statue thinking, any minute, this creepy clown will break into our house. The clown went on banging at our door, and that's when my mom yelled.
I'm calling the cops right now, you freak.
The clown stopped banging, and then suddenly ran away, disappearing into the darkness of the night, just like he came.
You better run
We
away.
didn't open the door until the cops arrived, and when they did, my mom showed them the red sack the clown has left on our porch. 2 cops opened the sack, and we all expected to see something horrifying as the sack was drenched in a red, thick liquid. But once they opened
What
it,
the
we
fuck?
found a bunch of rotten red tomatoes squished inside that sack. The prank
Tomatoes?
this clown played on us was no doubt sick.
Yo, this nigga just pranked these niggas, bro. Nigga put tomatoes, bro. That's nah. This clown is really trolling them.
Until that night, I can barely tolerate clowns around me, or even watch any movie that has clowns in
Pennywise.
it. I just hope none of you ever get to meet this scary clown who referred to himself as Grinny.
Grin.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If so, please leave a like. And also, a small percentage of people that watch my video
Nigga, shut the fuck up. Alright. Second clown. Yo, what am I looking
This
at?
footage was recorded by someone who went to take a walk in the woods and came across a clown. The clown had a scary smile and a red balloon on his hand. Suddenly, the clown snapped and burst the balloon he was holding on his hand. And right after, he chased the person who was recording him. The following you are about to see is based on this scary footage.
I never thought I would share this story with anyone because of how excessively creepy it is. I was 19 years old when I decided to go on my first solo hiking trip. That
Oh
day,
my God,
I was
white
about
people
to
always
leave for the
love
hike
hiking, bro.
when
I
my
don't
mom
get that.
called. Her very first words were, "Judith, please don't wander off the trail. There's a reason why hikers follow them." "Yes, Mom, I know. Please stop worrying so much." "I'm not worrying. You're a strong woman. I know you can take care of yourself. But there's no harm in being careful, right? I promise I'll be careful. Make sure you keep yourself hydrated throughout the journey. And don't forget your knife and pepper spray." "Yes, Mom, I remember it all." Good, that's my girl. "Can I go now? I have to finish packing." "Sure, have fun, Bubblegum." "Stop calling me that." "Good night, baby. Good night. Love you. Love you more, darling." After getting off the call,
Shit giving me
I
chills,
finished the rest
chat.
of the
Giving me
packing
chills.
and went to bed early. I thought tomorrow would be an exciting day and I was going to have a lot of fun. The next morning, I woke up early, dressed in my khaki Wilderness Explorer outfit with matching hiking boots, which were brand new. I then lifted my rucksack and hitchhiked to the nearest hiking trails located on the outskirts. The day was sunny, and there was no hint of rain, so I knew the weather would be pleasant enough. The view was breathtaking. Greenery everywhere, sounds of birds, and the sweet smell of wildflowers made me feel so alive. The hiking trail had small signboards that directed the path ahead. I didn't have any fellow hikers, which made me feel good because I'm not much of a people person. I was walking and enjoying the experience when I spotted a waterfall. Keeping my rucksack under a tree, I went to wash my hands and face before diving into the sandwiches I made for myself. I walked toward the crystal clear water, and I was just about to splash it on my face when I saw a reflection of a clown on the water, standing right behind me.
Where does this come from?
Out of surprise, I turned around quickly, but the clown somehow disappeared in that fraction of a second. I got up and called out, "Hello? Is anyone there?" But no answer came. Only a rustling sound of dry leaves could be heard. I ran my hand through my left pocket and made sure my pepper spray was there, just in case. The incident didn't just creep me
why are you
out,
going
but
hiking by
also
yourself,
made me
bro?
think
You
how
have no
odd it
friends or
was
something?
to see a clown in the middle of the woods.
I've seen Diego
I watched my surroundings for a few minutes more, and when everything finally felt fine, I got back on the hiking trail. I was walking, trying my best to take my mind off the clown,
being lonely
when
must
I
be
heard a
hard.
burst of spine-chilling laughter echoing in the distance.
Who is that?
Run back
Is
home.
this some kind of sick joke?
Just
I
run back
screamed
home.
in fear. That's when a hand holding a red balloon came
Yeah,
out from
bro, if I
behind a
was you, I'll
tree
be-
10 feet away from me. The hand just
Like, bro,
levitated in the air, while the person to whom the
I
hand
run
belonged
so fast,
hid
like
behind the tree.
I nigga
Feeling
would've been
anxious, I asked again,
What the hell is this? Who are you?
Oh, she not
and
pussy.
that's when a freaky-looking clown blocked my way.
Ew, this nigga's ugly as fuck. Ugh, disgusting.
Jumping right from behind that
All these
tree.
clowns look ugly, bro.
Hello, pretty girl!
Now that I finally faced the clown, I was extremely shocked because these woods would have been the last place on Earth where I would expect to see a clown holding a red balloon. He moved his head from left to right while staring at me without blinking. The balloon in his hand immediately reminded me of Pennywise from the famous horror classic, It.
Yes, he does.
But then I remembered, I'm no kid. I'm a 19-year-old woman who has no reason to fear a clown. So, I said in a firm voice,
What are you doing here in the woods?
Trying to enjoy a beautiful day.
Oh, she not scared.
Fine. Enjoy your day. I better get back to mine.
Saying this, I started walking toward the clown, thinking if I seem disinterested in him, he will eventually move out of my way. But sadly, that didn't happen. Seeing me walk toward him, a huge grin appeared on his face, and he just stood there like a statue. I stopped when I noticed that he was not moving out of my way. I gathered all my courage and yelled at him.
Do you mind?
As a matter of fact, I do, pretty girl.
Move out of my way, you stupid clown.
Oh
and don't
gosh.
you dare call me that.
The scary smile he was pulling off faded away,
Yo,
and
BT.
burning anger took place on his face. Grinding
Yo,
his
this
sharp,
nigga mad sight,
freaky
like,
teeth,
on,
he
like,
checked me
nobody,
out from
like,
top
wants to
to
see you,
bottom
bro.
and asked,
You know, there's no one around here except you and me.
Are you trying to threaten me? I'm not some kid who will get scared by your good-for-nothing threats.
Yo, this nigga trying to
Really?
do something.
So, you're not scared of me?
No way, dude. You're just a weirdo with no one to love or care for you. Creep.
Oh, shit.
as
she
soon as I
violating
said
this
that,
nigga.
he took the red balloon into his hands and popped it with his sharp, filthy fingernails. The sound of the balloon bursting freaked me out completely, and what happened next still comes into
Bro,
my
why are
memory
you not
as
running, bro?
fragments. The clown screamed like a psycho and started running at me
Oh,
at
no.
full speed.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, good.
It's
You
true
got to, Debbie.
that when danger strikes, we tend to panic first
What is
instead of
this?
dealing with it
What are you
using
doing?
our rational
Fucking
senses.
retard.
So even though I had a hunting knife and pepper spray with me, I completely chickened out and started to run
Yes,
in the opposite
please. Like a
direction.
normal person
I
would
could
do
see
is
the clown
run.
chasing me while screaming.
I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!
Sweat was dripping down my forehead. A cold shiver ran down my spine. I could feel my own breath choking my throat, and the freaky clown kept screaming.
I'm gonna get you, and then we will play all night, right in the middle of these woods. Here I come, pretty girl.
These clowns are weirdos.
I knew if I fell or lost my way, I would be lost from the face of this earth. Because if he does get me then, he will do unthinkable things to me, and my
Yes,
parents
a
won't be able
lot.
to find me, be it alive or dead. So I ran for my life and made sure I didn't deviate from the hiking trail. And fortunately, I didn't, even under all that pressure. When I finally saw the way out, leading to the highway, I knew I would be saved. I gathered all the strength in my body.
Yeah,
and
she looks
ran
bad
even
ugly while
faster.
running, bro.
As I slammed onto the road,
Yo, what are
I
you
turned
doing?
back one last time to see the clown, and
Look at
he
this,
had
look at him.
stopped. Seeing me standing on the highway, and also noticing the truck that was coming from the end of the road, he decided to stop chasing me.
Yeah, you better
I
stop
waved at the
chasing
truck,
her.
screaming.
Please, stop! Help me! Please, just stop!
As the truck came closer, the clown waved at me one last time while laughing loudly. His laughter echoed, and that was the last time I ever saw him. I still have no idea what he was doing in those woods in the first place, but I
Yo,
never
bro,
went
this
back
shit
to
is
find
getting
out.
Me, like, 3. Wait, Chad, is this like based on a true story? Like, is this based on a true story? Or not? I don't know.
A few years ago, it became popular to dress up as a clown and scare people. At first glance, this case does not seem to be very different, but as we will see in this dramatization, there is always a little more than meets the eye. Coulrophobia. That word means unjustified fear or phobia of clowns. I was never interested in clowns or people who were afraid of them. But since that night, it was all I could think about. That day, I had decided with my family to spend the night at a Chinese restaurant. We were a little late getting back, but we had a great time. The kids fell asleep in the car, and as soon as we got home,
Yo, what's good, my fucking dog Manny? What's good, Muddy? What's good, Muddy? Fucking good.
they climbed into their beds and went to sleep without us telling them. I was going to bed with my wife until the doorbell alerted us.
Huh? Who could be calling at this hour?
Should I go see?
I guess, honey, but be careful and don't open the door, okay?
Don't worry, Abby. I'll be fine. Hey, what happened? Is everything all right?
Oh, please, you must help me. My husband fell asleep and I ran away from home. He beats me every day. I thought he was gonna kill me this time.
If this nigga opens the door, bro, he's really the dumbest nigga in fucking, like, in human history, bro. Like, no way you falling for this dumb shit.
Oh my god, are you okay? Did you try calling the police?
Please, you must help. He's coming. He's gonna kill me. Open up.
I'm opening it right now. Hold on just a moment.
Dumb nigga.
I began to shake the keys in agitation, but when I was about to open the door, an idea crossed my mind.
Madam, are you there?
Yes. Did you find the keys?
Madam, didn't you just tell me that when you ran away, your husband was sleeping?
Yes, but he woke up and started chasing me.
Is that so? If he was chasing you, how did he have so much time to wait for me to come down and have this talk with you?
Oh,
Lady,
yeah, he's smart.
leave right now or I'm gonna call the police.
Oh, yeah, he's smart.
After a few seconds, I thought that woman was gone. I was ready to check the camera and send it to the police when suddenly, another voice rang out.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Timmy. I just got lost. Could you help me?
Bro, what?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Get off my
Yeah,
property
bro.
now! I'm gonna call the police!
This clown is so
It
bad.
would be a joke if you laughed. Can you please open up the door for me, please? It's freezing in here.
No, open it.
Sir, I'm not gonna answer you anymore. I'm calling the police. Just leave or you'll get in trouble.
Ah! Open! Open! Open!
Terrified,
What the
I fall
fuck,
back
bro?
and run to the kitchen.
Abby, call the police! Someone is trying to break into our house!
Meanwhile, I locked the back door in the kitchen, and just in case, I kept a knife in my
Yeah,
pocket.
get that knife. Get that
I
knife.
went to the dining room and started checking all the windows. I pulled back the window curtain, and my heart
Dude,
almost
this nigga is
stopped at what I
panicking.
was seeing. Just 2 centimeters from my face, hidden behind the curtain, was a clown staring at me with a huge grin.
What the fuck,
I
bro?
fell to the floor in fear. Slowly, he picked up the knife that I had just
This
dropped
ugly
and
ass
walked
nigga,
towards
bro.
me,
Like,
his grim gaze
he
frozen on my
dropped the
body.
knife.
Abby's scream rang throughout the house, but as I turned around, I realized she wasn't looking at me or my attacker. As I looked around the rest of the dining room, my eyes widened in shock. At the start, at least 5 clowns were emerging from the rest of the dining room.
Yo! 5 fucking clowns. They're all fucking. They're dead. GG's. Rest
They
in
were
peace to
all as
both of
creepy as
those.
the one in front
To
of me.
that couple, man.
Had
Rest
they
in
been
peace,
there
man.
all night? Had they planned this
5
whole
fucking
situation?
clowns.
Alan? What's going on?
They seem to be focused on me. Walk slowly to the stairs and lock yourself in with the children until the police arrive.
But
Just go!
After Abby left, I noticed that the clown in front of me had stopped walking, but he was still looking in my direction, like all the other clowns. The doorbell rang once again, and a clown walked up to the door and opened it. Suddenly, a familiar voice began to speak, walking in my direction, furious.
Hey, it's Edward. My car just broke. Do you mind if I come into your house and, eat your family?
Enraged,
Yo, it's
the
the
clown
same
put a gun
nigga.
out of his pocket and put
Where
it
do
to
you
my
get the
head.
knock from?
All the other clowns
Yo.
seemed to look worried at what the clown with whom I just had a conversation was about to do. I watched as the clown pulled the safety off his gun and slowly pulled his finger on the trigger. There was no way I was going to survive. I closed my eyes, waiting for everything to pass as fast as possible. A few seconds later, I felt something cold running across my forehead. When I opened my eyes, the clown was still pulling the trigger, shooting me with a water gun. All the clowns
water
looked at
gun.
each other, and suddenly, they all
What the
burst out
fuck?
laughing.
So these niggas are pranking me.
Why? Why?
Why
No
not?
On the side of the room, a clown was staring at me, talking while juggling.
Get out! Police are coming! No need for you to clown around too. Your wife finished talking to them 3 minutes ago. We still have about 12 minutes to kill all of you. Why are you doing this? We don't have to have a reason to do this. At first, we just wanted to be popular.
These niggas
Dress
are
up as
ruthless.
clowns and attack people and blah, blah, blah. But eventually, we got the hang of it, you know, and we weren't interested in fame anymore. We're not part of a cult, we're not part of the deep web, and we definitely don't want to steal from you. We just kill families like yours for fun. You're crazy! No, obviously we are. Hey, Jumpy, get the inflator. You know what happens when you use an inflator and helium balloons and shove them down a person's throat? Please, let me go. Don't you know? Well, neither do I. But after this, we'll have a little time to kill your family. But it will be worth it.
Suddenly, a loud alarm sounded outside of my house. All the clowns became nervous and looked at each other.
What? The police? But this should be like 9 minutes away! Oh.
Oh, yeah, the police
Guys,
came.
the circus is over! Escape through the kitchen! Now!
As soon as they showed up at my house, the clowns were gone. I ran to the door and was surprised not to see the police, but my neighbors who heard the shouting and activated the neighborhood alarm.
Yo,
A few
they-
minutes
oh,
later,
nah, these niggas
the police
pranked them.
arrived. When we saw the footage of these men at the front door of my house, we could see that they had been planning this for many nights, examining the front door and surroundings of the house for hours.
No way. they
It
did
wasn't
all
enough for
this
us to learn that
do
the
this.
police caught these guys a few weeks later. So we moved out and never talked about it again.
Yeah, you had to
Today,
move out.
I am terrified of clowns. Whenever you see a clown at a circus, restaurant, or in the street, remember to be careful, because what happened to me could happen to any of you.
Yo, bro, this video was insane, bro.